Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she tryna bless me like I said I chew. Like a nigga sneeze, nigga please for them trick and squeeze, I'm getting cream. Never let them hoes get in between of what we started. Little nigga, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist, no crawling. Went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages. Are foreign bitches menaging, fucking sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him. I did it without an album. I did shit with Mariah. Little nigga, I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly nigga, I'm flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, to rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my niggas, then what you talking about? Gangsters move in silence, nigga, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Fuck nigga. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on these niggas, I'm like Popeye on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type to can the men cast and grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new bitch, she'll ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands strapped on my toes. Cause these niggas want me dead, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. These niggas try to take my life, they fuck around, get killed. You fuck around, you fuck around, you fuck around, get smoked. Cause these Philly niggas I bought with me don't fuck around, no joke. No, all I know is murder. When it come to me, I got young niggas that's rolling, I got niggas throwing bees. I done did the DOS, I done did the KODs. Every time I'm in that bitch, I get to throwing 30 G's. But now I'm hanging out that drop head, I'm riding down no collar. They let my nigga earn back home, that young nigga be wildin'. We young niggas, we mobbin', like Batman and with Robin. This two-door Maybach with my seat on reclining. I'm like, real nigga, what up? Real nigga, what up? If you ain't about that murder game, then pussy nigga, shut up. If you diss me in your rats, I get your pussy ass stuck up. When you touch down in my hood, no, that tour life ain't good. Catch me down in MIA, and that heat game on wood. With that Puma life on my feet, like that little engine I could. Boy, I slide down in your block, bike on 12 o'clock. And they be throwing deuces, I'm the same nigga they watch. And I'm the king of my city, cause I'm still calling them shots. And these lanes talking that bullshit, the same niggas that flop. I'm the same nigga from First Street with them that braids that lock. The same nigga that came up and I had to wait for my spot. And these niggas hating on me, hoes waiting on me. Still on that hood shit, my Rolls Royce on E, they gon' remember me. I say remember me. So much money at your friends turn to your enemy. And when this beef, I turn my enemies to memories. With them bricks, they go for 40, ain't no 10 the key. Hold up, broke nigga turn rich. Love the game like Mitch. And if I leave you, they ain't dumb pretty hoes gon' still suck my dick. It was something about that rollie when it first touched my wrist. Had me feeling like that dope boy when he first touched that brick. I'm gone.
We have work to do. They are coming. The Force will be with you. Always. Get prepared for the takeover.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight!
Just hold them off for a few seconds.
The takeover.
This task was appointed to you, and if you do not find a way...
Accelerated radio has been hijacked. The interns learned our secrets and taken our knowledge. And now they have become one of us, radio gods. They're taking over our studios and our bandwidth and jacked all our data.
Now I am the master.
You are about to witness The Takeover. Weekly top 10 countdown of the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Playing nothing but the hits. The Takeover. Produced and brought to you by the interns of Accelerated Radio. Let the showdown begin.
Yes, indeed.
Begin.
Yes, indeed. God damn it, yes, indeed. It is Wednesday night. You can be anywhere in the world. Anywhere. Anywhere in the world. But guess where you at right now? You listen to the motherfucking TakeOver! Go! I am the one on the big homie Quan.
It's your boy G-Lo Smooth.
And it's your boy A Plus in
Yes,
the
indeed.
building.
God damn it, it is Wednesday and we are at the triple threats.
Yes, sir.
Bring it on in one time.
Yeah, man. Let's get it.
Yes, indeed, man. Oh my goodness, it is a beautiful show. Tonight's show definitely is gonna be something special. If y'all know, the theme of the show tonight is that Wednesday Wisdom Summit.
Elaborate on that, brother. When you sent that information, I was like, what the hell? Wednesday
Yes.
Wisdom Summit?
Yes.
Okay, speak on it.
Well, it was influenced by our guest tonight, who's already in the building. We're gonna introduce him in a little bit before we get into the music, but it was just the fact that when I saw all of us coming together tonight, and just even the thought process in which our guest was kind of coming at us with and everything, I just thought about the fact that, you know, it's a summit. You know, whenever you have, you know, I would say men coming together and really doing something special, it is a summit. It is a meeting of the minds.
Right.
And I felt like tonight was a great opportunity for all of us to really, you know, get into some great conversation about, you know, really some real shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Can you explain to people what a summit is for
Yes.
those who don't know?
For those who don't know what a summit is not just a conference. A summit is not just something where, okay, we're all just going to come together and, you know, kumbaya and talk, you know, okay. It's really about empowerment. It's about understanding that when you leave tonight or whatever location you're going to, that you have been empowered, that you have been invigorated, that you have been given something special, that you're not going to leave the same. And I feel like tonight's guest is really going to help us, and even in talk his shit about how, you know, life ain't the same for him.
Absolutely.
Right.
So definitely that.
All right.
Just want to say, you know, hey, we do appreciate it. Shout out to my sister. I love you, Tony, who's watching right now. But definitely, I'm very excited. Just to let you know, also, if you want to listen to the show and watch the show and follow the show, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, IG. Definitely, you want to follow the whole station. You can follow the whole station at ACCEL Radio. That is ACCEL Radio or acceleratorradio.net. And as far as for the whole show, the TakeOver, you can find us on Facebook at the TakeOver on Accelerated Radio. You can find us on ACCEL Radio. That is Twitter and IG. And on YouTube, we are
XL Takeover.
XL Takeover.
There you go.
Yes, indeed. XL Takeover on YouTube as well.
YouTube is the TakeOver on Accelerated Radio.
TakeOver on Accelerated
Twitter and IG, XL Takeover. That's ACCEL Takeover.
Yes, indeed. That was the voice of A+. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. And so, hey, we're just enjoying ourselves tonight.
One more thing.
Yes, indeed.
One more thing.
Oh, that number.
Absolutely.
I was about to drop that number on you, man.
Okay, you what?
I was about to set the live
Okay,
up.
my bad.
You know what?
I thought you was moving forward. You know
Oh, no.
what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
We had one more bill to pay. You feel me?
Okay, lover.
Okay, Dr. Dre. Insiders for those who don't know. Cass was over here bagging on the IG.
Man.
Like, for real, that's how y'all feel? It was all fun and games. Though.
Yes, indeed. A+, what's that number, homie?
Oh, man, it's 310-910-9676. Hit extension number 1 to go all the way live.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Real quick, let's check on in real quick, and then from there, we're going to get to the introduction of our guest.
Right.
G-Lo, what's cracking with you, man? How you feeling
you
tonight?
know, same shit, different day. You know, ready for this summit that we about to discuss. You know,
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this.
You look like you in the spirit, man. You got the hat on and
Yeah,
everything.
you know, how can you hate a nigga that's jolly?
Hey, I appreciate that because I'm not in the spirit.
Yeah, I feel
None
it.
whatsoever.
That's why I do it. I do it for things like that. And then, I mean,
what's up.
you go to different places and you be like, wow, there's a guy over there, it's a black guy, he's in the holiday spirit. But why can't I be in the holiday spirit? You know what I'm saying?
I
So
feel that.
it's real contagious.
I feel that.
So
I appreciate that, bro. I
100.
appreciate that.
Definitely. A+, how you feeling tonight, bro?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of piggyback off of my man G-Lo Smooth, you know, I'm definitely not in the Christmas spirit, none whatsoever.
By humbug.
2019 was the worst year of my life. You feel me? So I'm like kind of anxious for the year to end. I'm looking forward to 2020, you feel me?
Yeah.
You know, coming here, being here present is always a beautiful thing. It uplifts my spirit, you know what I'm saying? So, once again, G-Lo Smooth, I appreciate the hat. Just looking at the hat, you feel me? And, like, I don't know if you were, like, insinuating, like, the black man, like we struggle all the time that we're not in the spirit.
We're not always festive, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And a lot of times in the public eye, we're not always trusted. People always think we're up to no good.
Right.
And then when they see me with this hat on, they're like, they the blacks.
They can say hi to you. And
yeah,
shit like that. I feel that.
They're not as abrasive.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So
cool.
I appreciate G-Lo Smooth for bringing the Christmas
man,
spirit here to TakeOver.
Definitely did.
How about you?
Man, I'm feeling good.
Sniffles.
Yes, allergies.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
All the above, man. Allergies. Yeah. But hey, fuck allergies. Hey, we gonna get through it. Cause guess what? Hey, I gotta be ready for this battle next week.
You ready?
You gotta hold it down, bro.
Bruh, I'm gonna hold it down, man. I'm ready.
The TakeOver
I'm ready.
needs a victory.
We need a victory bad, bro.
Bruh, I got this. I got this.
So tune in next week.
Yes.
It's gonna be Big Homie Quan representing the TakeOver versus Jay Roman representing OSP. Shout out to OSP, Old School Perspective. Follow their podcast on Spotify and all that good stuff. Yeah. But they're going to be facing each other in the 70s funk battle.
Ooh, this is gonna be a good
No
one.
particular caveats or anything like that. You feel
Except
me?
the normal January 1st, 1970.
Yeah, from January 1st, 1970
to December
31st,
1979.
1979.
That's it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have some guests come up in. Some guest judges come in here, judge the battle, and you know what I'm saying. We'll see who wins, and who wins will face the champion.
Yes,
little drummer.
But also too, the winner is the king of the TakeOver ring champion.
The tournament.
The tournament. They win that tournament.
Yeah.
Our first
Glad
tournament.
You said that.
Okay.
Glad you said that.
That's why the Le Champion Belt is here tonight.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
The Le Champion Belt is here tonight.
Hey, but so if you win the tournament though, that's kind of like winning the whatchamacallit, the best tag team of the world trophy. It's not the actual championship, but it's like it's like winning a division title. Huh?
Yes.
But it ain't the Larry OB.
It ain't the Larry OB.
Or the Vince Lombardi.
You win that championship though.
It's heavy and it counts. and you get bragging rights that come along with it.
It do.
So.
It do.
Big Homie Quan.
Season 1 though.
Hey,
we got season 2 coming up.
Season 2 coming
Big
up.
Homie Quan, we need you to hold it down. We're putting all positive energy into you
me,
and your playlist, brother.
Trust me, bro. He ain't ready for this fire.
As long as you keep it funky.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he ain't ready for this fire. He's definitely not ready for this fire. So we got cracking tonight, if y'all don't know, with the theme of the Wednesday Wisdom Summit.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got our great guest. I can say about him personally, the man has meant a lot to me on so many levels, from afar and close up. When I first met him at Washington Prep as my professor, and from day one, just his presence to me just stood out, because you can see so many black men, you can see so many men in your life, but when you see him, it's a whole nother level of just character, personality, the way he talks, the way he was raised, everything. And I can just personally say, he has been a very positive influence in my life. Just like I said, watching him from afar and close by. And I'll be honest with you, there were times where I wished I would have reached out to you more when I was going through my struggles at certain times. But you always have to go through a certain road by yourself to know how you can become a stronger warrior, a stronger man, a stronger person. So, definitely, I appreciate you. Got nothing but love for you. The one and only, he's a father. He is an entrepreneur. He is a mogul. The one and only Jaime Shepherd is in the building, y'all.
Yeah.
What's up, gentlemen?
What's poppin', brother?
How y'all feeling?
Man, feeling all right.
Glad you're here, man.
We got to get you in the Christmas spirit, brother. You
Exactly.
gotta get in the Christmas spirit.
Exactly, man.
A lot of people ain't here to even celebrate Christmas. So when you're alive to
Facts.
experience it, man, you got to make the most of it.
I got to remind myself every day, just waking up is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard sometimes when you go through just the trials and tribulations of life. You know what I mean? It takes that focus away from you. But, constant reminders like that is
Man, you
necessary.
ain't got shit. I lost my mother December 27th. So this is going to be my first Christmas without my mother. So I really wasn't feeling it. But I'm going to make myself feel it. And then it's funny, her birthday was December 1st. and it was the first birthday that I celebrated without her.
Right.
But what I decided I was going to do is I'm going to have 2 birthdays now. So I'm going to celebrate her birthday as mine. So I'm a Sagittarius and a Gemini.
Look at him. Okay.
But I mean, you gotta. Life is about perspectives and
Yes,
how
sir.
you perceive something.
Yes,
If
sir.
you perceive it, you could go that negative route, or you could go the positive route. But you gotta make the choice. And if you go that negative route, it just takes you to some places that, man, you don't even need to be.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
What's up?
I wouldn't go that far, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the power is in your words. So when you start saying,
Factual.
I'm Scrooge and I ain't feeling it, you go into that world. But when you, the Bible gives you permission to lie. And I told somebody the other day that they were like, man, the Bible ain't never told you that you got permission to lie. But the Bible tells you got permission to lie. Y'all want to know where?
Where?
It says, let the weak say that I'm strong.
Let the weak say that I'm strong.
So when you ain't feeling good and you weak, you tell yourself you're strong, and the strength will come from the words that you speak. The power of life and death is in what you speak. So a lot of times we got to be careful with our conversations, because our conversations will create our reality.
Very much so. Very much so.
We getting deep, y'all.
Hey,
We getting
and that's,
deep
that's just the
already.
beginning. That's just the beginning.
Glad you here, bro.
That's
Like,
I told you it's gonna be a summit.
And what's so crazy is I tell myself that all the time.
all the time.
All the time.
But sometimes you just need it to be reinforced by somebody else. It's just like church. You go to church and they ain't telling you nothing you don't know. They reminding you of some stuff that you just didn't remember. But it's already in there. They confirming some stuff that you already dealing with. Yeah, I told somebody the other day, church is a halftime speech. I don't go to church I go to church because, man, you know, when you're in the locker room at halftime and the coach tells you, like, look, this is what you got to do. These are your mistakes. This is what you do. So I go to church for a halftime speech so that when Monday mornings comes, I got the game plan on how I'm going to go in the second half, and I'm going to kill them.
You back in the game.
Oh, I'm back in the game.
Back
I'm
in the
gonna
game.
kill 'em.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
I'm proud to be here because, man, before we get started, like this dude Quan, I was in transition in my life, and I was trying to figure out after I was doing some stuff in the music industry and doing some stuff and things, and then when Tupac died and Suge went to jail, it was just like, man, what am I gonna do with my life? So I was like at a crossroads in my life trying to figure out what I was gonna do. So my mother was an elementary school principal, and my mother always made me promise, regardless of what you do, I want you to get a degree. So I got my degree, and after I got my degree, I was like, man, what am I gonna do? So she was like, just teach high school while you work on your master's. And I was like, cool, I'll teach high school. But then they were trying to get me to go to like Beverly Hills High School and all these different schools. I said, I want to go to a school to where I can make a difference. And also, in the generation that I grew up in, everybody was hustling and selling dope. So I wanted to show kids younger than me that you could be fly and have a job, because I ain't know nobody fly that had a job. I mean, my parents worked a job, but they was good homely people. Like they weren't fly, but my homeboys that was getting the bag. Them dudes had
swag.
Oh man, they had the ladies, they had the cars, they had the jewelry, all the things to give the appearance of success. So then what I decided to do was I was like, man, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna teach at Washington High School. So Washington High School, if you don't know it, is in the middle of South Central Los Angeles.
Yes, sir.
So I was like, man, I'm gonna teach at Washington. So what I would do is Monday through Thursday, I would wear suits and alligator shoes just to show them that you can be cool. But then on Fridays, I'd ride my motorcycle and wear the latest Jordans. But I wanted to show kids that you could be fly and have swag. So the crazy thing is, Quan was one of my students, and Quan was a different...
What class? What class?
Oh, this was U.S. history, I believe, American democracy.
Damn, so, you was teaching that?
Oh man, I mean, I just look like this.
For real?
Yeah, I'm an educated thug, like for real,
damn.
for real.
I got some questions.
So Quan was my student, and Quan was challenged because he was an outsider. So he was the kid that people just didn't get him. He wasn't a bad kid, he just was misunderstood. So Quan was always, he's rapping and doing a lot of different things, but people couldn't do it. But I poured a lot into Quan as far as building his self-esteem and trying to help him become the man that I saw him being. So I just think, like, I heard Jesse Jackson say something so fly the other day. It just, he said, I live to sit under the shade of the seeds that I planted. I live to sit under the shade of the seeds that I planted. So this is one of my seeds that I planted. So like right now, I'm in his shade and I'm feeling good about it.
I like that.
That's
right, bro.
Yes, indeed.
I know we got hella questions.
Right there.
We got hella questions.
Definitely. Hey, let's get this countdown, man.
Let's do it.
Man, let's definitely get this countdown. The number 5 track, we may 106 apart some of these songs, but we definitely got to get this number 5 track in. For all those who really appreciate this kind of opportunity, this kind of show tonight, this is one of the songs that when I wake up or used to wake up every morning for school, they used to play this song KJLH at the beginning of the hour, every hour up until about 10 o'clock. So this is for everyone, my old school people, everyone that really love music and understand what kind of message this kind of show is going to bring tonight. This is Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Wake Up Everybody.
What you know about that?
Man, I know plenty.
What you know about that?
This is the TakeOver Wednesday Wisdom Summit. Let's get it in.
Yeah.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty. Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. 'Cause they're the ones who's coming up and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na, 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it now, just you and me. Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hair. But they don't have so very long before their judgment day. So won't you make them happy before they pass away? Wake up all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we could do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our minds. Surely things will work out. They do it every time. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na, 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it now, just you and me. Change it, yeah, just you and me.
Yeah, that was the number 5 joint. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes with Wake Up Everybody on our Wednesday Wisdom Summit Top 5 Countdown. Before I go into the number 4 joint, this was a question I forgot to ask you, Big Homie Quan. You know we always got to ask this. How did you come up with your countdown? And, what was the reasoning behind the songs?
Well, it was interesting that I came up with my countdown because I noticed that there's a difference between when you're trying to empower people, there's a way you can be political about it.
Right.
There's a way you can be, empowering with your message about it. So I had to walk that fine line. And so I think each song, even the intro, walks that fine line where it empowers you, but it's not like where it's militant.
Gotcha.
I was trying to find no wrong with Black Power, but it's just I was trying to find somewhere it met the criteria of what a summit would feel like, what you would come into.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So
I see what
Trying
you're
to find that balance.
I like
Yes.
that. I like that. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to keep this countdown rolling with the number 4 joint. We're going to take you all the way to Brooklyn. Marcy Projects,
Yes,
brother.
indeed.
Happy birthday. No, that was last week.
Last week.
My man turned 50, man. The legend in the game, man. Jay-Z off of the 4-4 album, man. Here's Legacy. You already know what it is, man. It's the Takeover on AccelerateRadio.net. Yeah.
Take those monies and spread across families. My sister Hattie and Lou, the nephews, cousins, and TT. Eric, the rest of B for whatever she wants to do. She might start an institute, she might put poor kids in school. My stake in Rock Nation should go to you. Leave a piece for your siblings to give to their children too. Titled is Champagne, do say I'd like to see a nice piece, fund ideas for people who look like we gon' start a society within society. That's major. It's like the Negro League. There was a time America wouldn't let us ball. Those times are now back. It's now called Afrotech. Generational wealth, that's the key. My parents ain't have shit, so that shift started with me. My mom took up money, she bought me bonds. That was the sweetest thing of all time. Legacy, 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 legacy. Black excellence, baby, you gon' let them see. Legacy, 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 legacy. Black excellency, baby, let them see. I remember like listening to Wu-Tang, and they like, your seed, marry his seed, marry my seed. That's how we keep Carter money all in the family. You see my father, son of a preacher man, whose daughter couldn't escape the reach of the preacher's hand. That charge of energy set all the Carters back. It took all these years to get to zero. In fact, I hated religion, cause here was this Christian, he was preaching on Sundays versus how he was living Monday. Someday I forgive him, cause strangely our division led to multiple religion I study. Muslim, Buddhists, and Christians, and I was running from him, but he was giving me wisdom. See how the universe works? It takes my hurt and help me find more of myself, skipping the curse. That's called the Red Queen's race. You run this hard just to stay in place. Keep up the pace, baby, keep up the pace. You run this hard just to stay in place. Legacy, 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 legacy. Black excellence, you gon' let them see. Legacy, 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 legacy. Black excellency, baby, let them see.
Yeah, that was the number 4 cut. It's by the homie Hove, Jay-Z, Legacy. Listen, we're going to keep it right in Brooklyn. We're going to go right back there. And the number 3 track is Sky's the Limit by the Notorious B.I.G. It's a Takeover radio show, only on Accelerated Radio.
Baby, look at me. Mama love you. And I know you ain't no little boy no more, but you'll always be my baby. It seems like only yesterday I was holding you in my arms. Now look at you now, big one. But I worry about you. I worry about you all the time. Hanging out on the corner all times of night with the cruel people. Baby, that ain't nothing but trouble. I always taught you that you could have whatever you dream. Well, I want you to hold on to that dream, baby. Hold on to it real tight. 'Cause the sky's the limit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight? I'd like to welcome to the stage the lyrically acclaimed. Ha. I like this young man because when he came out with the phrase, he went from ashy to classic. I like that. So everybody in the house, give a warm round of applause for the Notorious B.I.G. The Notorious B.I.G., ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him, y'all. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leads. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow! Why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place. Play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket. Rob him while his friends watching and hoes clocking. Here comes respect. this crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch. 88, Oshkosh and blue and white duck. Ask the blunt.
Just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want. Be what you want. Sky is the limit, and you know that you keep on. Just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want. Be what you want. Have what you want. Be what you want.
I was ashamed, my crew was lame. I had enough heart for most of them, long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, passed off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger and wasting taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. 88 on gates, snatch initial nameplates. Smoking splits with niggas. Real life, beginner killers. Praying God forgive us for being sinners. Help us out.
Sky is the limit, and you know that you keep on. Just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want. Be what you want. Sky is the limit, and you know that you keep on. Just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you know that you.
Man, our next song on this countdown is going to be from the legend. You know, some people say that a legend is how many records you sell. For me, a legend is your impact and how people are talking about you after death. This young man was the things that Tupac wanted to accomplish. He was the one who fulfilled the vision. Just like David thought he was supposed to build the temple and it was Solomon. Shoot, Tupac thought he was going to do it and Nipsey did it. So our next song is Nipsey Hussle, The Dedication. Rest in peace, big little homie.
Let's do it.
Look, my nigga, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation. It's a real nigga celebration. It's a dime block declaration. 59th and 5th Ave, granny house with vanilla wafers. It's the remedy to separation. Tupac of my generation. Blue pill in the fucking matrix. Red rose in the great pavement. Young black nigga trapped and he can't change it. Know he a genius, he just can't claim it. Cause they left him no platforms to explain it. He frustrated, so he get faded. But deep down inside, he know you can't fade him. How long should I stay dedicated? How long till opportunity meet preparation? I need some real nigga reparations. Or I run up in your bank just for recreation. Dedication, hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice, I'm done waiting. I'm done waiting, told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. Dedication. Look.
I spent my whole life thinking out the box. Boxing homies 3-on-1, got DP, but I ain't dropped. Chirp on me, here I come. Spin around the block, they blurped on me. Said I ran a stop sign, but that's a lie. I spent my whole life staring at the stage, playing Sega, daddy smoking Sherm, mama playing spades, catching vapors. Grandma said I get some Jordans for my grades, that's my baby. When she died, my heart broke 100 ways. I spent my whole life trying to make it, trying to chase it. The cycle of a black man divided, trying to break it. You take a lost shit, don't cry about it, just embrace it. Mine is setback for major comeback, that's my favorite. My nigga L said you do a song with Nip, K-Dot here better grip. I said he a man first, you hear the words out his lips about flourishing from the streets to black businesses. Level 4 y'all living, giving to false imprisonment. Listen close, my nigga, it's bigger than deuces and foes, my nigga. Since elementary, we close, my nigga, you're straight like that. I give you the game, go back to the turf and give it right back. For generations, we've been dealt bad hands with bad plans. Prove your dedication by hopping out Grand Ams. I'm at the premiere, politicking with Top Nip and Snoop. Damn, Pac watching the way we groove from dedication.
If it ain't congratulating, it look like hate. If it ain't congratulating, it look like what Nip said. Hold up.
Look, this ain't entertainment. It's 4 niggas on a slave ship. These soldiers the spirituals I swam against them waves with. Ended up on shore to their amazement. Now I hope the example I set's not contagious.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That was the number 2 joint on this Wednesday Wisdom Summit Top 5 Countdown. Nipsey Hussle featuring the one on Kendrick Lamar, Dedication. Definitely, it is a great countdown. Hope y'all been rocking with us. Hope y'all been tuning in live and, peeping out the great show. We on Facebook Live right now. Like I was telling everyone, Facebook Live, just because the show ends at 11 on AcceleratorRadio.net, if you tune in to Facebook Live right now, you're going to have the extra 30 minutes of that TakeOver 2. And we're going to really get into some good conversation tonight. So trust me, some knowledge, some great things going to be passed on tonight. So definitely, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all got any comments, make sure y'all leave the comments in the comment section. We'll try to get to them. But let's get to this conversation tonight. One of the things that, Jaime, that I've always appreciated about you, like I say in the introduction, is the fact that you've always had a dedication, no pun intended,
dedication
to just, I would say, not just empowerment and motivation, but you've always had this passion about who you are. And it's funny, not funny, but it's interesting that your brand, Let Your Light Shine, speaks of that. Yeah. So I would say for you, what has made you believe in letting your light shine? What's inspired you to keep that going? Do you even feel that your light is shining that way?
In all actuality, man, I think it's something that was constantly reinforced to me as a child. Like my mother, she was brilliant. My parents, actually, my mother and my father, they believe that you constantly reinforce the identity to your children that you want them to have. Because when they go to school, the kids at school are going to talk all kind of stuff. They're going to talk. When I was in school, they was like, man, you fat, you got a big head, you got big eyes. But then when I became an adult, the things that they talked mess about me being when I was younger, when I was older, the women liked it. Right. So it just was like, you got to make it through this. So my parents always reinforced identity to me. And I think once you are secure in who you are, Toni Morrison said in her Nobel Peace Prize acceptance speech, she was like, definitions aren't for the defined, they're for the definer. And Shakespeare said a rose by any other name is still a rose. So you can call me what you want to call me, but as long as I know I'm a rose, man, I can care less what you're saying. So I just think that the objective is knowing who you are. And these people, those of us that are influencers, that people, we have the audience with people, it's our objective to, whenever we come in people's space, we got to make them, they have to leave different than when they came into your space. And it's a certain thing that you have to do. You got to encourage, you got to motivate, you got to let your light shine so that your light, when it shines, not only does it shine light on your path to help you find guidance and find direction, but it also shines a light on the path for other people.
Yeah,
definitely so.
It being 2019, I look at the work that I've done outside of radio and whatnot. I work in the nonprofit sector, or used to work in the nonprofit sector.
Dope.
And I've worked with a lot of people who have identity issues, you know what I'm saying? I've worked with a lot of transgendered folks, you know what I'm saying? I've worked with a lot of what do you call them? Cisgendered.
I'm sure you dated some girls with identity issues too.
That too. So it's like, it's crazy because it's just like, how can one, figure out who they are? You know what I mean? Like, if they don't have no guidance, if they don't.
All our objective is to sow seeds. We're supposed to just plant the seeds, man. And as we plant the seeds and water the seeds, it's God's job to do the rest. Like, it ain't our job to change nobody, because we can't change nobody. At the end of the day, all we trying to do is motivate them and inspire them, and hopefully by them looking at us, they'll be inspired to do better than what they're doing.
Okay. I like that.
I know one of the things that continues to be, I would say, a topic around just even what you've done is, I remember just hearing your interview recently, your story. The fact that, it wasn't as if you grew up, great, but you made greatness happen. And it continues to become great, even with your mother passing, even with all these things. So now with you being a father, and I know how proud that makes you, what would you even say for yourself? What would you even say for yourself continues to be your motivation, even now being a father? Like, what else continues to motivate you?
Man, transitions characterize our existence. How is it that you deal with change? I think the problem with most people is they can't deal with change. Something happens, they get rattled, and they don't know what to do. But my thing is, the way that I approach everything is, when I get bombarded by difficult situations, man, I just look at what God has already done for me in the past. And once I look at what he's done in the past and this crazy stuff that he's brought me through, when I look at the stuff that's immediately in front of me, it loses its power. Because I'm like, man, if he got me through this,
right, this is nothing.
Man, what's this stuff right here? But sometimes we get so frazzled by the stuff that's immediately in front of us that we neglect the stuff that we've been through. And once we start doing an inventory of the stuff that we've been through, we be like, man, how did I get out of that? But it was God. And God ain't left you. The same God that got you out of that is the same God that's going to get you out of this. And in the event that you do got to go through something, he going to give you the strength to make it through.
Right. All right. So give people just a quick small background, you know what I'm saying? Where you grew up, where you from, you know what I'm saying? The stuff that
what
you
hood
went
I'm
through.
from?
I didn't say nothing. I ain't got no colors on, you feel me?
Crazy thing
don't nobody know you from LA
when you grow up in LA, when you ask somebody where they're from, immediately that's a question.
Absolutely.
It ain't like, are you from, when they say where you from, it ain't, are you from LA?
Exactly. We know. I know that. But hey, this is a worldwide internet show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you was on the bus in high school, the dude said where you from, and you told him Los Angeles, it's gonna make the situation worse.
Like LA. Where your mama say? Yeah, we know.
But background with me, man, is I grew up in South Central Los Angeles. I grew up in a neighborhood called the 30s.
That's right.
I went to Dublin Elementary School, Audubon Junior High School.
Audubon?
And I also graduated I'm a Dorsey Don, so I graduated
like that,
from Dorsey.
DDP, huh?
Yeah, and I ran down the train tracks every day to get away from the Bloods because my neighborhood was the 30s. And the Jungles was across the street from the school.
Right.
So I ran down the train tracks. As long as I could make it to the train tracks, I was straight.
Right.
But if I got caught,
right.
Oh yeah, it'd be some issues. But
that's that LA life right there.
I mean, people don't know about the LA life. I'm making the yum yum donuts, and it was like an invisible barrier that the Bloods wouldn't cross Crenshaw. So you get to Crenshaw, you're like, come get me now.
Man.
I remember one time I had a pair of BK tennis shoes on, and I don't know why.
British Knights, huh?
Man, I had some BK tennis shoes on, and some Bloods saw me, and it'd be grown men banging on. You wouldn't be no young dude. Be like, man, you 30 years old. Why you messing with me? I'm in high school. It was like, man, what you got them shoes on? Man, I just hit traffic. I was like, I ain't even gonna have no conversation with these grown men.
British Knights, K-Swiss, stayed away from all them.
But I was trying to prove a point though.
Right. I get British Knights,
right?
But I don't get the K-Swiss. What is the K-Swiss?
Oh man,
I'm about to say that over there.
It could go either way. It could be that S could stand for a whole bunch of different things.
It can. But
then going to Dorsey, and then after I went to Dorsey, I went away to college. And the dopest thing about it was the best decision that I could have ever made was to go away to college. And not only did I go to college, I went to a black college. So I was the first dude in my community that didn't go to school on a sports scholarship that made it to college. So I went to a historical black college called Morris Brown College. And the dope thing about Morris Brown College was it was founded by black people for black people. And regardless of what your GPA was, they were allowing black kids to come to school on academic probation.
Stop lying.
No, and they gave you money to go to school.
Till this day?
Oh, no. What happened is it lost its accreditation because they were trying their best to get rid of the school because of its problem. The premise that it was built on. But it was just so dope that you get there, and it was dudes from Oakland, it was dudes from here, and the California Club of Morris Brown and Morehouse, we started this thing called Freaknik. And Freaknik was something that was legendary.
So that was y'all.
That was us. The California Club of Morehouse College and Morris Brown College. Later on, I transferred to Morehouse, and I got my degree from Morehouse. So I got a dual degree in psych and social, minor in philosophy, and I got my master's from Cal State Dominguez in sociology. Yeah, right on.
You know what's amazing to me is like California has no black colleges, and I always thought that was weird. I'm coming from Virginia, where we have two. We have Norfolk State, and we got Hampton University. I used to live right down the street from HU.
Hampton was probably one of the most beautiful campuses I've ever seen in life.
Yeah, but it's just weird to me how there's no black colleges in California, and why do you think that is?
Because the slaves didn't make it that far, man.
Facts.
When we got here, man, we were just happy to be here, man, and we got caught in the sunshine.
Right. That's crazy.
Man, that is so real.
So, you went to college. Would you say going to college was kind of like, what transformed your life?
I think for me, going away from college helped me get away from the umbrella of the shadow of my parents. My mother was a principal at the school in Leimert Park for 40 years. She was at a school called Dublin Elementary School that later on turned into Tom Bradley. She was there for 40 years. My grandfather was ordained. He was a bishop in a charismatic church, had a nice-sized church on the east side of L.A. So I had those. I was under the shadow of a whole bunch. But when I got away to college, I had to prove who I was as a man by myself, because it wasn't about who my family was. Right. It was about who I was as a man. So I had to stand on my 2 feet, and I had to prove myself. But when proving yourself, it's a lot of lessons that you learn. And I learned a lot of lessons about what it was like being a man. And then also, you staying in the dorms, and you in dorms with people from all over the place. Right. And then a lot of times when you go away to college, they don't like L.A. dudes, because at this time they just saw Boys in the Hood. They just saw Minister Society. And then they thinking the girls are liking us, so they don't like the fact that the girls like our swag, because when you're from L.A., you got a certain swag that you run with. And they didn't like that, so then you got to learn how to get along with people that really don't like you. Right. Yeah, so it was a lot of different things, and I think those experiences taught me, and it also taught me how people in different areas live. The dudes from New York had a certain swag. The dudes from Virginia had a certain swag, but then the dudes from D.C., they was wearing Bally's, but then you had the dudes from Florida, from Miami, that just was gutter. Like, my nigga, rabbit mine, they would just say all kind of just slangs. You'd be like, man, I don't know what they're talking about. But it was just life experiences. But I mean, all of that stuff, at Morehouse, they taught us something, and they said, whatever it is that you get from this university, give it back to the communities that you come out of. My thing was all these experiences that I had. When I came back to Washington High School, and I'm teaching at Washington, every day I was pouring into these students the same things that I got. And I make it a motto of mine, to where, the Bible says, what you do to the least of my children, you do also unto me. So it's like, man, I feel like the more I help people, the more I clean up my slate from the stuff that I did that wasn't so cool.
Right. Definitely so. And I would say, for me personally, just one of the things that I continue, I would say, to benefit from you is not just your wealth of knowledge, but just, I would say, your presence in how, when I see you, it's not the flashy things. It's not what you've accomplished. It's not the wealth. It's the fact that I see you still grinding, still going, no stopping. And for me as a young man, still going the way I'm going, it continues to be an influence. And one of the things that, when I made up this title about tonight, about the summit, and really dig into how a black man's summit is the fact that you have some kind of, it's like this, you have some times where you're being preached at, or you're being teached at, or you're all these things, but you don't do that. And you never been that way. And so was there opportunities and times where you had to kind of endure that to now know that you didn't have to do it that way?
No, it just wasn't me. I try to, like that golden rule of the Bible, treat others as you would have them treat you. Man, I can't deal with nobody telling me what to do. Like, you can give me the idea and you give me the thought, but don't come at me telling me like, yeah, you got to do this, just because once you tell me what I got to do, then I'm going to do something else. So it's like, man, when I talk to people, I just give them ideas. Like, bro, I wouldn't do that, but I mean, it's up to you what you're going to do. But then when you present, everything is in the packaging. And how you present something. If you present it in a negative way, people are going to be defensive. You present it in a positive way, people will be open to it, but ultimately they got to make their own decision.
Do you still teach?
No, I stopped teaching in 2004, 3?
About 04, 05.
Yeah, I stopped teaching, and the reason I stopped teaching is because I met my partner, my business partner, and we met. And he's 4th generation jewelry, but he's on the retail side. Okay. I had so many relationships, but I never had a way of using my relationships to mean anything. For me, it don't mean nothing to say name drop. Right, and I ain't got no lane to get no bag with the people that I name drop. So when I met him, I was like, bro, man, let's start a business and let's go after the people that I know. Right. So what we did was, initially he was a little apprehensive. He was like, man, I don't know about that. Like, yeah. But then the first piece I sold was the Ocho Cinco, and it was about $85,000. And from that time, it was a home run out the park. So then I got Carmelo, I got LeBron, and now some 20 years later, I've done 6 championship rings. This is my Golden State Warriors championship ring.
Okay.
I did the last 3 Warriors rings. I did the last 2 Laker rings.
Oh, that's right.
I've done
Lakers all day.
I've done the France World Cup rings. I've done the Dodger National League championship rings.
Damn, like
We
that.
have 5 stores across the United States and Tokyo. So it's just blessed, man. You know, like in everything has its pros and cons. But I'm just blessed, man, to say that a dude from South Central Los Angeles has traveled the world, got stamps on his passport, and not being braggadocious, but just being the fact that I'm so blessed in the same way God did it for me.
Yeah.
Man, God could do it for anybody, man. And it ain't perfect. There's still times when, you know, you hit your rocks in the road and things don't go well. But how do you adjust?
Naturally.
Yo, so your hat, you talked about a little bit, let your light shine.
He's got his face on the
and
side.
You know what I'm saying? You just kind of talked about it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you flashy right now, you know what I'm saying? You really are shining. What made you, a brother from South Central, even want to get into jewelry? Selling jewelry for that matter.
The culture, I grew up in hip-hop culture.
Okay.
So, and growing up in the hip-hop culture, man, we grew up with the Dope Boys. And the Dope Boys, it's funny how fashion has taken a change. When I grew up, the Dope Boys and the drug dealers, they influenced the culture.
Right.
So the hip-hop artists, the rappers, would dress like the Dope Boys. So we had the gold chains, we had the tennis shoes, we had the swag of the drug dealer. But now fashion has taken such a left to where now people wearing skinny jeans and the most feminine outfits that they can, because it's no more drug dealers are in the La Brea tar pits. Like they dinosaurs, man. If you're selling drugs in 2020, man, you working for the police.
Right.
I was going to say, he's not a teacher with this ring on.
That's
That's not no teacher's salary. Look at this bling over here.
But the funny thing is, when I was teaching with Quan, the teachers was trying to figure out how does he get his money and how does he do it? Because I was still getting money from the music industry. So it was just like, man, how's he getting his money? And it was like, man, stop asking me questions.
Hating on the side.
Hey, I'm gonna speak this into existence before I pass it off to Big Homie Quan. 2020, you're gonna be making the Lakers another ring.
Man, I received that, my brother, and I'm ready to do the ring, man. I'm just happy for LA, man. We got 2 football teams, we got 2 basketball teams, we got 2 baseball teams, and
Two soccer teams.
Yeah, 2 soccer teams. So we ain't got no excuse not to win nothing.
I feel
The
that.
probability is great.
Right, exactly.
Definitely so. And so one of the things that, we love to do is making sure that, hey, people know where to find you. There's been numerous of people watching the show tonight. That's when I ask, where can they find you? Where can they find you? So
for real.
Once you let the people know where they can find you on social media, where they can contact you, are you available for any kind of opportunities? Just let them know where they can find you.
My Instagram is Jaime, Jaime OFBH7. And that's my IG. I can be reached on IG. Also, I have this clothing line, and with the clothing line that we mentioned before, it's the brand of the company is Jaime Shepherd. But then what I want to do is every 6 months I'm coming out with positive sayings on T-shirts, because when people read stuff like that, it deposits something in their spirits to change their trajectory of the day. So it's like funny. I was on a plane coming back from Miami yesterday, and when I'm on the plane, the stewardess was a beautiful young lady. So she started smiling at me, and I thought she was smiling at me. But she was smiling at my hat. She was like, "Oh, I like your hat." And I was like, "Yeah."
She was probably
like
smiling at you, man.
I thought it was me. It was like, oh, man. But it wasn't me. It was my hat. So I just think that when you put stuff on shirts, like, I never forget I had a T-shirt and Tupac was throwing up the middle finger and spitting at the car. And I was like, I can't wear this shirt in front of my mama.
Right.
I can't do that. But when you can wear stuff to where it deposits positive energy into people's spirits, man, that's what it's all about.
So true. Hey, we appreciate that. You can find the whole show once again on ACC-EL TakeOver. Find the whole station. Shout out to Kevin Nash, by the way. ACC-EL Radio. You can find me personally, KINGBHQ on Instagram. If you ain't following us on Facebook right now, you ain't following the whole damn show. Trust me, you do not want to miss the next 30 minutes with this man on the TakeOver 2. I'm telling y'all. Where they can find you, G-Lo?
Yo, y'all can find me directly on IG. It's G_LO_official.
You still selling cars?
Yeah, still selling. Hey, it's sold, matter of fact.
It's sold?
It's sold.
Congratulations,
baby.
my brother.
Thank you.
What you sell?
Basically, I've been trying to. I sold a Honda Accord. But you know, I'm picking up this new hobby where I'm just going to the car auctions, buying cars.
Man, you gotta find a hustle, man. Multiple streams of income. That's where you get
that
rich.
part.
Absolutely.
That part.
Man, it's your boy A Plus, man. You can follow me Twitter NIGA_plus LA.
Yes,
you already know what it is.
Yes,
Hey man, we got a couple more minutes. Just
we definitely do.
Just a little bit. I think you should do the BYB.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was waiting for.
I can't do that.
You can't.
I can't.
We can't lighten it up just a little bit. Come on.
Of course we can.
It's the mentor, right? Hey,
it's
first off,
TakeOver.
I'm
certain
say
things
this.
he don't want to do in front of the sensei.
Is that what it is? Okay. We can do a BYB, but maybe something deep, kind of.
Yeah. Change it up.
Okay, for everybody.
Why we ain't had no call-ins? Why ain't nobody called in?
Oh man,
They been commenting. That's crazy. Okay,
I know this. I'm gonna rewind this show and listen to it.
Trust me.
Sure.
All right, so for everybody,
real quick,
BYB for everybody.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm coming off the top of the dome. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Russell Simmons or P. Diddy?
Russell Simmons. I feel like I was just learned more from him. Not that I wouldn't from P. Diddy. It's just he's older. So
yeah, I'm gonna roll with Diddy.
Who you rolling with?
I mean, they both have influenced the culture, man, and they
Right.
both have a legacy. I just
Much
think
so.
that Puff got more longevity in the game because Puff is still going and Puff is still an influencer. And, you know, I'm strictly West Coast, so you know, for me to even say Puff, I was there when Suge and Puff were on the West Coast, East Coast beef, but you know, you gotta acknowledge greatness, and Puff has been great.
Absolutely.
I'll say Puff as well, man.
Okay.
I definitely say Puff. Just from even where he started from to where he's at now and where he's going, you know, it's just, and even now with him transition to be a full-time dad.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, him being a full-time dad, and you know, my friends who involved with his kids at different high schools and all that, and just telling how, you know, he's definitely deep into it as far as just being a great dad. Well, he's always been a great dad, but now he's full-time all the way in.
And Russ seemed like Russ is retired. You don't really hear except with the
he be out of the bush.
Unless you get a Rush card, that's the only thing you know. And I heard he done sold the Rush cards.
Hey, but P. Diddy gonna have y'all running to go get some cheesecake, so I didn't pick him.
I do like me some cheesecake. I'll burn it.
You gonna run there? Though.
Yeah, I go to Junior. That's my spot.
Right.
Hey, we're about to get to the number one joint.
Yeah.
This number one joint for me, man. If y'all have not seen the live video of the American Music Awards when this song came out, you missed out on a classic. And this is the way we're going to end it out. Trust me, the summit doesn't end unless the black men are united. Because will you know if you don't know? Now you know.
Let's get it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in,
Yes,
man.
indeed. Next week, Jay Roman, your ass is mine.
Let's get it.